So hi, how are you guys? We're Fran and Ramis of Man Time with Fran and Ramis. It's a web series. It's been a real cult classic, you could say. We're on a mission to take back years of worldwide pansification, redefining, realigning what it really means to be a modern man.
It's like an emasculated world gone soft.
Let's get started. So, what was it like to shoot in Vietnam?
It was very hard because it was very hot. We're from England and it's cold. But we learned to wear smaller clothes. And that allowed for the temperature change, and after a while we got used to it.
Were the bugs bad?
No, we called ahead and we got them to cancel the bugs.
That's brilliant.
For us, yeah, because they can do that. People don't realise you can actually cancel the bugs. They're normally there just as part of the culture for the country that you're in, but you can have them or not have them.
See, okay, my question is, like, I love rainbows so much. Like, I have them all over my car and my bedroom. It's everywhere. It's a like special symbol. So my question is basically, what I want to know is, like, the whole morale of the story of the Son of Rainbows. I mean, is it just like allegorical to the fact that maybe just there really isn't a pot of gold at the end of rainbows, that it's all just like this urban wives' tale, like unicorns and jellyfish?
I think we've definitely hit a nerve with you. I think you're going to need to just calm down, first of all. But then once you're calmed down, we can talk. And we're talking now, we're calmer now. And I would say, yes, you're right. There is no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
What Fran is trying to say is, what inspired you to make a movie about Rambo? John Rambo.
When I was 12, about 11 or 12, I saw First Blood. And it was the first time I'd seen a movie that wasn't meant for my age group. But it was also one of the best movies I'd ever seen. Because here's a guy with just a stick and a knife, and he takes on 200 men who chasing him through the forest. He can sew up his own arm when he cuts it. It was amazing. When you're 12 and you're me growing up in Essex in England, that's good stuff.
And I guess if there is a pot of the gold at the end of the rainbow, it was the feeling that we were trying to capture of when you are 11 or 12 years old, and anything's possible. There's no fear of the consequences, and it's that moment in your life when you actually form incredible friendships, because you've got no worries. There's no, you're just you're having fun and trying things out and not worrying about it.
So this was you in the movie?
No, it wasn't really me. I realised quite early on that I wasn't interesting enough to be a movie character. I didn't have enough. I had a really pleasant upbringing. My next door neighbours, though, were Plymouth Brethren, which is a religious group that have a very strict moral code that forbids any forms of entertainment that you and I would take for granted, like TV, films. They haven't watched any of it. By moving it there, moving the story next door, it captured how the impact that movies had on us. It was like seeing something for the first time when I saw First Blood, and that's what it's like for the hero in this movie, because he's never seen anything, and it's Stallone is his introduction to cinema.
Okay, well, getting back to rainbows. So basically, I want to know what inspired you. What I pictured in my mind when you made this movie is that you escaped from this POW camp in Vietnam, and you're running through the jungles, and it's dark, and then you just keep going. You're tired, and then you just get to this place where you just fall down on your knees, and you're in the jungle, and you just look up into the sky, and you just see this rainbow in the sky as you're praying, and you're and then you have this idea for this movie, Son of Rainbows. Would you say that's pretty much how it went?
It's hard to know how to answer that question, because in many ways it's baffling and somewhat scary.
Yes.
And it's now that I'm appreciating the fact that there's a very large piece of wood between you and I. But I'm having considered that, I think
Yes.
Yes.
So I have a great idea for a sequel. It's basically called the Uncles the legend of the uncles of the son of Rambow, and basically has like this bloody children's adventure with unicorns and machetes. It's got action, and it's full of just bloody, it's made for kids sort of movie.
We're going for something that the whole family can enjoy.
It's just a good story, bloody. Raiders, unicorns with the raiders on them.
I think you've got a hit there, and as you're on the Paramount lot, man, strike while the iron is hot. There are people out there with checkbooks the size of Jerusalem. Go and get them to just go and pitch this. I've heard worse get commissioned.
Thank you guys for taking the time to.
Thank you so much.
It's been an extraordinary experience for both of us. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.